What's up, y'all? Welcome back. I'm feeling groovy today. Let's write some shit. Let's just jump right into it here. I've got an idea of what I want to do already. I'm on the 6th string today. We're gonna drop C sharp for a change. I'm also working with a slightly different tone here. Crunchier, dustier, nastier. I've got a few different ideas that I came up with before sitting down to record this. The first one's kind of simple. It just goes like this. I've got another section that's much harder to play. It's this one. That one's a lot more difficult. But yeah, those are the vibes. I'm gonna get them down real quick, and we'll see how we can work these sections together. That'll do for a scratch take, I think. But I gotta move on. I can clean this up later. The second half of that was actually a lot better than the first. Who's gonna use that part? I did have something else come to me though while I was recording that, so I'm gonna go ahead and get it down. I'm doing this to myself because it does sound sick, unfortunately. All right, let's try this one more time. No. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm just gonna record this in pieces, actually. Alright, that's piece number 1 down. That's piece number 2. Let's do piece number 3. So we've got a few different sections and we've got a basic drum vibe here. I'm gonna start with this section right here because I wanna make the drums kind of respond to this kind of halftime thing down here. I want the drums to kind of mirror that guitar part there. For this build, this is something kind of interesting I want to do, right? I want to start with a simultaneous kind of 4 on the floor kick paired with a hi-hat, and then we just kind of build from there. I'm hearing some like rolling toms kind of leading into this intense section over here. Oh, that's sick. Oh, I like this. Okay, let's hear it with the guitars. I need to clean this up. This is ass. I need to figure out how to work a snare into this. That was cool, but I want these two to switch places. All right, let's hear this whole build up here. Nice. Oh my God, that's really good. Okay. Okay. I gotta figure out, oh my God, there's a lot that I have to figure out. All right, these are all cool. These are all well and good. I want this to lead into a different riff. I don't know what that riff is going to be yet exactly, but I'm just going to jam around and see what I can come up with. I feel like I should lower the action on this guitar. I'm not really getting the... like I usually do, you know? Let's hear this back. Let's see how it came out. Like shit. Let's do it again. One more time. What other riffs can I come up with, actually? I want to lay down maybe at least one more, maybe two. So that's kind of a few different versions of the same riff. It's very cool, isn't it? It sounds very old school, kind of old school industrial. I've been listening to some Static X recently, so that's probably helping to inform what I'm writing here, but I like it so far. So I think I've got enough riffs down. This is definitely plenty for me to work with. So I think what I'm gonna do is pull out the 7-string, lay down some bass, and then I'm also gonna pull out the 303 and lay down some bass in some of these more rhythmic, arpeggiated kind of sections. And then I'm gonna rearrange them and I'll see how they sound. And since the 7-string is in drop G sharp as opposed to drop C sharp, I will be bringing this down, I think 5 semitones, I think that's right. It's 7 actually. Oh, that's gross. That's disgusting. Hello, yes, it is a new day. So here's what I did since we left off the last time. I've doubled up most of these guitar parts. I got some bass down on this bottom track here, and I did a little bit of rearranging, a little bit of restructuring. So now we have kind of a flow to this thing. And I guess all that's left to do for the main bits is double up the rest of these guitar parts and then finish writing drum parts, and then I'll just let the song carry me from there, honestly. I'm gonna start down on the guitars here. I'm also gonna rethink this riff right here. I've got a slightly different idea. So I've got the guitar and the bass how I want them, and all that's left to do is just to write the rest of these drum parts, and then we'll have a pretty solid central structure for this thing I'm putting together. But anyways, let's do drums. It's drum time. I guess I'll start with this chorus type thing as well, this kind of held section. And I know I have this back here with this drum part over it. But I don't really want to carry this over to here. I want this to be slightly different since we're now in the main like meat and potatoes of the song at this point. So I'm going to make a more consistent groove here. I guess I'll start with a China cymbal to lay down a pulse, and I'll build underneath that. that came out pretty good, I think. So that's our chorus groove. That's fun. Now let's turn our attention to the verse here. So what I could do is be lazy and take this groove and copy and paste it over here and just make little alterations to it so that it at least follows the guitar part. I could do that if I was feeling lazy, which I kind of am, I'll be honest with you. So how does this sound with the guitars as it is? Let's hear that. I am definitely gonna make alterations to it though. You know what? Whole new kick and snare groove. Let's just rebuild it. I'm keeping the open hi-hats though. And that's subject to change if I ever come up with a better idea. Let's move on to this part here. All right. Now, I do kind of want this to be more similar to the groove at the beginning here. Because this is going to be, I guess, something of a pre-chorus, at least in the way I have it set up right now, I'm definitely going to switch it up in this section here. I'm going to move on to the very ending here. I'm going to write just a little short something up here, just to kind of finish it off, you know, bring it home. And then I'll move on to this kind of section, which is, I guess, a build-up, you know? And I'm not really entirely sure what I'm going to do here. I've got a couple of ideas here that I don't really like, but I don't know. I'll finish up the ending here, and then we'll fill this in. Oh, this is coming together nice. Okay, cool. So I think we got a pretty solid structure here that I can definitely build off of. As I work it more, I'll add more stuff to it, make it sound a little bit more fleshed out. It's very rough right now, but it's definitely a great starting point. So I think we're good to kind of listen to it all the way through just to hear what we've got so far, and then I can work on this more in the future. So let's hear what it's like. So yeah, that's what we've got so far. Like I said, it's very rough. I can re-record things, I can add more, but this is just the spinal cord of the song so far. But yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you for watching to the end of this one. If you like what you saw here, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff, and y'all take care of yourselves. I'll see you around.